And this is circle, highlight, and star this one, underline it, highlight it if you got it. This is a big one down here because one of these two is going home at 7th.
So there are so many layers to this matchup between these two. They have played competitively in the past. Rewind, a player that needs no introduction, and to be fair, I think Videogamezyo very much the exact same, but Rewind has a lot more experience with these American top 8s, these American tournaments. Videogamezyo has only been to a few of them, and this is the first time he was able to break into a top 8. He narrowly lost to one of the Chilean twins, Scorpion,
yes,
in the winner's bracket. That was last game situation. To even reach that point of the tournament, he had to defeat Kombat in a nail-biter of nail-biters of a Johnny Cage mirror match.
Mirror of the year, potentially.
This is the best I've ever seen him play. And to be fair, he might be kind of confident here because Rewind and VGY did clash in 2019 during the pro competition. It was the first time Videogamezyo had actually played. It was at the ECT. He was using Shao Kahn back then. And if my memory is correct, he did actually defeat Rewind quite convincingly. Back then, to be fair, no one really had Shao Kahn matchup knowledge. He did eventually fight Burrito Voorhees, who had a really good Shao Kahn, and he actually knew the matchup, right? So he was able to work around it, as it were. But Videogamezyo knows he has what it takes to kind of really bring it to Rewind, but Rewind is Rewind. You know, confidence is one thing. This guy is one of the best in the world.
Both of these two surviving a scare in the last round. If you remember, Rewind having his back to the wall against Turkey as well in the last round of winners. So both these two getting by, and what could have been, you know, one game away from not being in this position. But here they are, Videogamezyo, already a better performance from CEO, I believe, going out at 9th down there, if I'm not mistaken.
He did. He was very, very close to the top 8, but he psyched himself out. He spoke to us afterwards, and it was disappointed with his first winner's side performance. He just couldn't focus. His heart wasn't in it for the rest of the tournament. Something that's very common with players that are still kind of finding their feet, really. And, all right, hang on a minute.
Hey, we're quick.
All right, we've actually already started the match, and it's going to be Kotal Khan versus Johnny Cage.
Rewind on Kotal Khan, and I've only heard rumor of this man's Osh-Tech, and Scorpion Props also brings some Kotal Khan. This is... I mean, there's a lot of praising of the sun going on right now.
I tell you what, Rewind has absolutely no character loyalty. If a character's good and he knows he can do it, he'll do it, and that's what it's all about, man.
We saw the previous round where he fought Kotal Khan. He picked Kano. Why? Because he could abuse that string over and over and over again. And this matchup is really good. On paper, it's kind of like the mirror in that they have really similarly ranged normals. Forward 3, back 3 from Johnny Cage. Same ranges. But Rewind going to be looking to do a little bit more damage than Johnny Cage brings to the table. And using regular throws because he has a double KB on forward and back. Oh! He parried it! Oh my! No! That wasn't real. That wasn't real.
Your eyes are not lying to you, Mr. Ackerman. My man went into a parry knowing full well VGY was going to pull the trigger on that up 3. That was one hell of a way to start a set and a bit of a message to send, to say the least.
Something I've always thought is that these players at the highest possible caliber of the game, if they get their hands on Kotal with something like that, Kotal Khan might be a little bit broken.
We start things off with the command grab, though. That damage, that setup. I mean, I think you're onto something, to be honest. His Rewind looked at Kotal in the current state and went, hey, you know what? I think I'm going to look at this character. You know, this character could be pretty cheap.
And breaks, I mean, he's kind of anti-meta in a sense. Microduck OS exists, but Kotal Khan breaks that. Mid-command grab, you have to actually guess in your minus frames. You actually have to guess on the staggers, on the tick throws. He forces a guess situation. It's not something a lot of characters are able to do in this game.
Videogamezyo did get that reactionary block on the advancing string, but without meter, no way he was going to be able to up to it. At the very least, I guess checking out a little bit of chip damage, throw punish. All right, the dynamic expands. You want to go for parries now? Let me go for some other options. However, easy confirm, and that's now a little bit of a late break. Times the command grab perfectly. Amplifier, 1, 2, and
praise the sun.
Yeah,
and that's going to be all she wrote. Nothing you can do there. You might as well just fall over like the henchman in Austin Powers. Just fall down.
You haven't even got a name tag.
You haven't even got a name tag.
You've got no chance. But let's talk about why you've picked this matchup. So you're going up against Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage is a neutral character. Really, that's what his whole game plan is. Kotal Khan's got a pretty damn good neutral as well. Assertive buttons. A real bully playstyle, and I guess extra health helps. But the tools that Kotal brings forward here, I think, is just going to be really good for him to fight this matchup. And yeah, I saw that short hop, don't worry.
Oh, yeah. It was through a forward, too, though, of all things. Oh, no. He's drinking that Hollywood blood tonight. Get back to the corner. It's time to guess for your life. Next hit could kill.
That's, oh.
And it does.
That'll
be all she wrote.
The round.
Oh, no, he's going to put him out of the corner, though.
Yeah, but he's not that far out of it. I don't think he really minds. I think he'd rather take the round.
He's actually coming into this round with a little bit of a damage buff. I think it lasts a couple of seconds in the next round.
Uh-oh. Joe is getting clipped all over the place, and that's just Rewind. A solid understanding of the game, but not afraid to just pull the trigger on these weird buttons.
That's why I said the matchup is, like, pretty interesting, because Kotal Khan's range does play a massive factor. He can whip punish Johnny for pressing buttons from quite far away. And we all know Johnny Cage want to play footsies.
This is the kind of, with the way things are going right now, I don't even know if Videogamezyo is going to use Johnny Cage in the next match. I just think that the way Rewind is playing here is far too assertive. And Videogamezyo, he's not in control of any of this. You know what I mean? Like, this is all Rewind right now, and that's not how Videogamezyo...
Oh,
mix up! Are we going to go back to character select? For the love of God,
honestly,
don't rematch. Don't go straight into rematch after that.
Of all of his characters, let me see.
Well, he plays Noob Cybot now. He plays Joker a fair amount.
Kotal Khan.
Might see the Shao Kahn.
Either way, no matter what character he picks, even if he goes back to Cage, this moment is important. With those two quick defeats, you cannot go straight into game 3. It would have been a critical mistake, because your brain's not going to be in it. You're flustered. You're all over the place. He needs to sit here and think about what's happening. Even if he's not thinking about which character do I pick, he's at least calming down here.
Shao Kahn.
Oh.
No.
I think that Shao Kahn does well in the matchup.
He's done it.
He is. And are we going to wait? Did I just hear what I think I heard?
He's picked Shao Kahn. He's done it. The question is, if he were to take this game, Rewind doesn't have to stick with Kotal.
Yes.
Could pick someone else. But looks like VGY going in with the Shao Kahn, the character that definitely put him on the map, and actually the character he used to defeat Rewind when they first encountered.
Oh my goodness, Rewind has already made 2 galactic reads to begin this match. Starting off with the slowest thing imaginable with back 2-2 and forcing the breakaway, and now this is all guaranteed damage, and he's drinking that blood, and he's trying to get some payback for story mode.
I tell you, at this point, every Rewind has guessed correctly. Or if you look
at he's
my
gonna grab him to death!
I have never seen mixes work so consistently.
And he's frozen in places, VGY, right now.
Needs to make something happen. It's do or die now. Looking to answer back on the parry, but so far he is really giving him exactly what he wants. Rewind, wait, the patience, and then...
Hey!
Okay, here we go. We have something to work with. An opening, if you will.
A lot of damage. 393, under the corner. Abusing those jump-ins. Not falling for those short hops. Is Rewind, though. You don't want to get hit by that down 4 at all. It's plus 8,222 on hit. There it is.
Now we're finally starting to see a little bit of the element. A nice reactionary block there from Rewind. There's one of the new buffs that Shao Kahn got a while back. Gives him so much damage, it does.
Oh my!
Hey!
427 for a single bar. And he said, this was for our world. Oh no, that was gonna crack. That was gonna hit.
I love the fact that the crowd is really getting behind every combo that Shao Kahn is doing. Shao Kahn is a crowd pleaser. And I think that round for VGY, so important to be like, right, we've got to refresh. This was all happening. There's too much too quickly.
I mean, this is a showdown of the big bodies of MK, of Mortal Kombat. The 2 emperors of Outworld going at it.
Looking for plus frames. More patience there for VGY, but the down 1 pickup. Rewind. Currently on match point. Make no mistake. Videogamezyo, this is last chance. Oh, no!
No defensive bar. Looking scary right now. Didn't even want to go optimal. He's just taking the damage while he's got it. I think he had a damage buff on there because that's 393 damage. He had to guess a command grab there as well. And once again, VGY kind of frozen in place. And every time he jumps on a command grab, he's gotten away with it.
But the throw made the standing 1 whiff. That was really unusual. And actually, that is going to be it for Videogamezyo. I think VGY, I feel like he's going to be disappointed with that.
He just blocked a jump kick. He did a jump kick and got command grabbed.
Yeah, but that whole ending of the match was really weird. I ain't gonna lie. That ending was so unusual. Like the standing one whiffed because the regular grab hit him, and I don't know what.
He had a lot of jump swift too because he actually read command grab well, or at least read the time to jump well. The jump kick didn't have a big enough hitbox behind it to get a punish, and then Rewind was able to swing in the recovery, and that's going to be all she wrote. Played that astronomically well because I've never seen VGY as frozen as he was in this matchup. He didn't know what to do against command grab.
Rewind just picked Kotal Khan.
Well, command grab.
He threw himself at him, and it just kept on working.
And
no choice but to respect it. I mean, he played it well. His sixth sense for when to go for a button and when to go for a command grab, that may as well have been 100% success rate. We saw a sign of life with that round that VGY took with Shao Kahn, but I'm going to be honest, the way Rewind played that and the character he used, there was definitely an element.
Right there.
That was so
That was
weird.
the opportunity.
That was so weird.
And he had those twice in that set, and then he was just in his head, knew that was negative enough that VGY was going to respect something. And Rewind takes it's going to move on to face Perfect Shinny in the loser's quarters. And Gurhan Rashid looking spicy. And Nicolas Scorpion Prox. Will we see the Nightwolf mirror from the CEO Grand Finals?
I mean, I'm going to kind of expect the unexpected from them too, because they've already been able to display that they can play pretty much every character. And when you go head-to-head with basically your #1 training partner, you're not always going to go in with the mains because the mains will be too predictable. You might need to have some kind of extra edge. We've seen it tons with other players. But I'll tell you what, we have more time to go into this because in a few minutes' time, we will be back. But for now, we're going to go for a short break. Don't go anywhere, though, as Combo Breaker 2022, Mortal Kombat will continue. See you in a bit.
Y'all see that right there? That's the bad timeline where we broke as hell. So let's avoid that, run the ads, and we return more Combo Breaker 2022 coming at you. Skullgirls Season Pass is now available. 4 brand new characters, new stages, story modes, and much, much more.
I'll handle this one personally. What fun! This is how it's done. Farewell! Who was she again? Coming soon to Skullgirls Second Encore and Skullgirls Mobile.
Dang, these are some good ass Tekka shirts. This merch is officially licensed and brought to y'all by the fine folks at 10-0. Pick yours up today at 10o.gg/merch. The future is now. The Hitbox Cross-Up is a hitbox and joystick combination to give you more of that classic control. Pick yours up today at hitboxarcade.com/CB2022. Paradise Arcade Shop is teaming up with Combo Breaker to give y'all a limited edition Impress exclusive to Combo Breaker.
I reckon you're in for a wrecking.
You're not a warrior yet.
Let us break the ice. Please be gentle with me. That's it! These are a few of my favorite things. Kicking, stomping, and kicking.
Kwamba has all of your tournament essentials on the log. You can use the code ComboBreaker2022 to get 20% off at their website, KwambaUSA.com. Don't hate the player, master the game. Go to Metafy.gg right now and use the code 20 to get 20% off and get good. Elevate your controller today with that Combo Breaker sort of way. Save 10% on Combo Breaker gear with the code CB2022 at controllerchaos.com. That new Combo Breaker merch line is looking more than fine. Visit combobreaker.org/shop to check out the 2022 line right now.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Combo Breaker with Mortal Kombat 11 and the top 8 that is, at the moment, I mean, we're well underway in this position. I think at this point we have Han Rashid versus Gur. These are two players that have had to kind of really fight tooth and nail to be where they are right now. We did just see Rewind take it quite convincingly over Videogamezyo. So it's after that it's going to be Perfect Shinny versus Rewind as our next matchup on stream after this one. I mean, the games continue to be fantastic.
And look at Gur in a zen state here on the Combo Breaker stage. Ready. Oh my goodness. Let's say Gur coming out of that mode. This is nothing but love here. Gur, the most impossible person in the community to hate. Someone that wears passion on his sleeve, heart, everything in between. It's Han Rashid, who gave us a classic in the last one, avenging his loss to Aztec earlier. This is quarterfinal action. Loser going home at 5th here at Combo Breaker. And let's get into it. The matchup gonna be the Fujin Wind God and the Time Lord himself, the immortal.
You are Kronika's crowning achievement.
I am her will perfected.
So much for intelligent design.
Ooh, the burn from
Savage
Fujin.
roast, mate. But Gur, the biggest thing about him being able to play Garrus in this manner is just having the tools to fight most of the cards means that if you just have wonderful experience versus someone like Han Rashid, you kind of already halfway know what you're supposed to be doing. And Gur and Han Rashid, I imagine they fought each other many times online. These are two regular attendees to tournaments. Gur, the kind of play that do that. What? That was a delicious little pickup.
We got some guaranteed damage there, breakaway 2, and Gur, is he going to be affected by the loss that he just had to this character, Fujin, who is almost anti-Gur playstyle, right? You cannot stop Fujin from coming in. You cannot keep him away, but for so long. 6.11 HP and a dream, and it won't be enough as Han takes round number 1. This is the best. This is one of the cleanest I've seen Han play in quite some time.
It's time to do it. When you're in loser's bracket, it's do or die. You're out. You know, if you lose the set, you're going to be more than aware of that himself.
And Kasa, he's still flawless blocked after that. I don't even know what to say. What I wanted to say is that everyone knows what Han Rashid is capable of and has for quite some years. And it's almost as if every time he didn't have this result, people were surprised. And no one's won.
Maybe.
That's 300. Have a nice day.
I love how we'll just be having a conversation.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was talking about.
We're like, oh yeah, by the way, that's going to KB.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Let's just sit back and enjoy.
Ending things with that nice little side switch, getting down 2 for the launch. The down 2 from downtown. Get me out of that sound clone. Johnny Cage in the background and popping off.
But what I was saying is that this is a result that we expect from Han Rashid. I feel like after the last couple of years, again, no one wants to fight him in bracket. We've seen him improve time and time again, and he's back in the in the top 8 circle. Gur chops the neck to take the round and says, "This is your destiny. To lose to me? Let's find out."
Fight.
Oh my God.
Second time in a row, he whiffed it and flawless blocked after.
It's the bait. It's the bait upon bait. I know you're going to try and press the button here. You're Garrus as well. You got mids. You got mids for days. Of course you're going to press. There's a pickup now. Spending another bar of meter here to double down 2. Just take as much damage as we can. Back into the corner. Here comes the Oki.
And a great knockdown off that command grab. 2-6 down 4. What a swing from Han Rashid at that range of the backwood. Really hard to check here after that down 4 on block. Tries to tighten tackle and gets nothing but air. And he's like, whoa, I can't go too far back. The clone's back there. But he's going to be the teleport from Gur. Gets out, shifting sands, reads it. Still in it. He's going to mess him up. Can't swing there. It comes off the screen. Now he knows he can move. Just simple checks. No overcommitments. Comes in. Not ready for this. -7 on block is that gauntlet. And Gur, one of the ones that he uses it the most. I love it. That teleports in.
-7 may sound unsafe, but it's worth remembering that down 3 goes pretty far too.
And -7 is a spot where you can take your turn, but they can't follow you.
Yes, they can. Hang on a minute, Han Rashid. The offense begins here. Fatal blow locked and loaded. So is a couple of bars a meter.
Oh,
The delayed wind push. He wants you to press a button so bad.
And Han is